Matt, so let's head back over to Anthony's Steakhouse where the Big Red Today breakfast is going on. Everyone is gearing up for the Huskers' third game of the season, where they will take on Northern Illinois at Memorial Stadium.
Fans are hearing former Husker coaches and players at the Big Red Today breakfast, and right now we are joined by Michael Severe. He's the host of The Bottom Line for our partners with the Omaha World-Herald. I understand it's a packed house because you have a very special guest with you. What's going on there, Mike?
That's right. It is sold out. It's sold out every time. Dr. Tom Osborne is our guest for the Big Red Today breakfast. Let's talk a little bit about teammates to start off. It's another big year for you guys. I know you have certain goals. Tell us a little bit about how things are going.
Well, it's going very well. We're currently in about 153 school districts. Of course, about 90% of those are in Nebraska, but we're also in Iowa, started in Wyoming and Kansas, and so we're expanding, and we have about 1,600 matches here in Omaha. And so we'd like to see that continue to grow. We always need mentors.
Yep.
That's always the big thing, and that's how I spend most of my time. I'll go out trying to recruit mentors all over the state.
Of course, it's the 20th anniversary of the last national championship team. You guys are going to have a special event at your gala with a very special guest.
Yes, Peyton Manning is coming in, and of course it was 20 years ago that we played Tennessee down in the Orange Bowl, and resulted in our sharing the national championship with Michigan. And so that was the last game that I coached, and that was the last collegiate game for Peyton.
Yeah.
And so very nice for him to come. And of course, I know his dad Archie quite well, and we were on the college football playoff selection committee together. And so Archie was somewhat instrumental in orchestrating Peyton's coming.
Nice.
So we really appreciate that.
Coach, you mentioned that game, the split championship with Michigan. How often do you get asked about whether or not you would have beaten Michigan that year?
Well, I don't get asked about it much. I can tell you this, though. The team that we probably would have hated most to play in terms of overall talent was Tennessee, because Peyton was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and they had Jamal Lewis, who was a great running back for many years, and they had about another 5 or 6 first-round picks. So they're a very, very talented football team, and that was probably our biggest challenge, was to play them. We would have liked to have played Michigan to make a clear-cut national champion, but they had that Rose Bowl tie-up in the Big Ten, and so that eventually led to the start of the BCS, where you could at least get the top 2 teams together. And so that was one of the last years that you didn't have at least some kind of a championship game.
Yeah, no doubt. They ended up winning the national championship the next year, Tennessee did, to show how good they were. We're going to interview, of course, Dr. Osborne coming up in a few minutes, and you can always come out to the Big Red Today breakfast for many of these good events through the rest of the year. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.